So, what's the future for man? What's the future of not only the present generation, but the coming generation?
Yes, well, the future looks very grim.
Very grim. If you were quite young, and I was quite young, what would we do, knowing all this? What would be our reaction? What would be our life, our way of earning a livelihood and so on?
Yes, well, I've often thought of that. For example, I've asked myself, would I go into science again?
Yes.
And I'm not at all certain now, because science does not seem to be relevant to this crisis.
No. They are, on the contrary, they are helping.
It makes it worse, yeah.
Yes, they are helping.
It might help, but in fact it isn't, right?
So what would you do? I think I would stick to what I'm doing.
Well, that would be easy for you.
For me, quite easy.
But there are several problems, of course. I don't know if you want to discuss them. If a person is just starting out, he has to make a living, right?
Of course.
Now, there are very few opportunities now, and most of these are in jobs which are very limited.
Limited and unemployment right throughout the world.
Yes.
I wonder what you would do, knowing that the future is grim, very depressing, dangerous, and so uncertain. Where would you begin?
Yes, well, I think one would have to stand back from all these particular problems of my own needs and the needs of the people around me.
Are you saying one should really forget oneself for the time being?
Yes.
Even if I did forget myself, and when I look at this world in which I'm going to live, and have some kind of career or a profession, and the unemployment, what would I do? This is a problem that I think most young people are facing.
Yes, it's clear. Well, have you something that you would suggest?
Huh?
Is there something you could suggest?
See, I think I don't think in terms of evolution.
Yes, I understand that. That's a point that I was expecting we would discuss.
Huh?
I was expecting we would discuss that.
Yes, I don't think there is psychological evolution at all.
Yes. Now, we've discussed this quite often, so I think I understand to some extent what you mean, but I think the people who are new to this, who are viewing this tape, are not going to understand.
We'll discuss it, but I want to discuss this whole question, if you will. Why are we concerned about the future?
Yes, well, at first...
Only the whole future is now.
Yes, in some sense, the whole future is now, but we have to make that clear. It goes very much against the whole way of thinking of the tradition of mankind that all of us have been exposed to.
Mankind thinks in terms of evolution, continuance, and so on.
Maybe we could approach it another way, that is, evolution seems in the present era to be the most natural way to think. And so I would like to ask you, what objections do you have to thinking in terms of evolution? Could I explain a point that has many meanings, this word evolution?
Of course. So we are talking psychologically.
Yes. Now, the first point is let's dispose of physical evolution.
Acorn will grow into an oak.
Well, also the species have evolved, for example, from the plants to the animals and to the man.
That we have taken a million years to be what we are.
Now, you have no question that has happened, right?
No, that has happened.
And
That is
it may continue to happen.
Yes, that's evolution.
Yes, now that is a valid process.
Of course, that's a valid, natural process.
Yes, it takes place in time.
Yes.
And therefore, in that region, past, present, and future are important, right?
Yes, obviously. I don't know a certain language, I need time to learn it.
Well, also, it takes time to improve the brain. See, if the brain started out small with a certain,
yes.
and then it got bigger and bigger, that's
yes.
a million
and
years.
And become much more complex.
Yes.
And so on. So all that needs time.
Yes.
All that is movement in space and time.
Yes, so you will admit physical time and neurophysiological time.
Neurophysiological, absolutely, of course.
Now,
any sane man would.
Yes, but now most people also admit psychological time, or what we call mental time. Right?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Whether there is such thing as psychological tomorrow, psychological evolution.